Why does fentanyl feel so good? Now, for anybody that watches me that's tried it, how does it feel? I'm playing. Everybody in my chat, I just want to mention this is also for YouTube TOS. All right, this is a totally family-friendly video. Guys, just go with this. Just go with this. Say I'm a family-friendly person because they've been demonetizing a lot of my videos. I've been on my family-friendly person. I would never promote any drugs. Yeah, never do drugs, kids. Stay in school. We do it, YouTube. Yo. There's no way you just added YouTube in the chat. Now, real talk though, bro. How do you get to the point where you're like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try some Fent. It just sounds funny saying though, bro. Because, dude, you literally have like a molecular amount and you die. Even meth makes more sense than Fent. Anyways, see this.
Fentanyl must be amazing. Loads of people give up on everything that makes life good for it. Their loved ones, any other possessions or pursuits, homes, their dignity, and even their lives. But
look at them. Hey, YouTube, you see this warning though, right? From their channel, the video's not about the medical uses of fentanyl.
But actually, fentanyl is garbage heroin, inferior in every single way but one. It's the perfect drug for
Yeah, I want to know how it gets to the point where people have to like sell everything, bro. Like crack addicts sell everything, dude. Sell their cars, bro, their houses, everything just to get it. How can a substance made on earth make somebody do that, bro?
And while we hear a lot about how deadly fentanyl is, many people it kills are not even fentanyl addicts. It's truly the dumbest drug to ruin your life for. Let's learn what fentanyl does.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, bro, people get laced. That's the saddest part. Like, yeah, I feel bad for people. Like, you just go to your dealer and you're like, all right, this is a perfect strain of za, and then you end up going home and smoking and you're dead. That's low-key a good deterrent to smoking, though.
To you, what it feels like and why it's so much lamer than heroin.
Lamer?
Pain and pleasure. Maybe the two most important forces that guide our survival are pain and pleasure. Pain may be the most visceral physical experience. A claw ripping your flesh, a bone cracking, rejection eating your soul. Pain can be scary and unbearable. It's the strongest signal our bodies have to make us avoid harm. Pleasure is what makes life good because it feels...
Imagine life when your pain receptors don't work. Dude, I'd be living good. You gotta understand. First off, I'd be the fittest person ever because I'd feel no pain in my muscles when I'm lifting. So, dude, I just sit there, bro, and just lift as much as possible. Bro, I would just feel good, bro. There's only like a couple of people in the world that don't feel pain. But it's also bad, though, because if you do have some type of disease, you don't know. Like, you gotta check with the doctor every couple of days or something.
Wow, amazing. Eating things that are sweet or high fat, having sex, or opening another booster pack with your friends. Anything that makes you feel pleasure makes you want to do it again. These two opposing forces guide you through life. Pain shouts, stop, this is bad. Pleasure cheers, more, do that again. But while they are opposite,
that's why you gotta control that, bro.
They're
opposite. It's the strongest thing a person can do if they can control their fucking addiction. That's the biggest battle you will ever pass, ever.
Hey guys, Tom NFG here. You know, only half of you guys are subscribed and even less of you guys have noties on. I hate to be a burden, but, you know, I really appreciate it if you hit that sub button and the little bell next to it, you know. It doesn't take long. I know you can get mixed up in the algorithm and everything. But yeah, also tune into the streams, you know. We have a lot of fun over there, I'm telling you. We have a lot of parties going on over there. Yeah, that's it. Bye. Damn.
Linked. Sometimes our body needs to end pain and create pleasure at the same time. After giving birth, pain gets toned down and the mother is showered in happy hormones so she can bond with the newborn child. During an intense hunt, the hunter forgets the physical exhaustion and minor injuries. Both are technically not great experiences, but need to be repeated for our survival. And nature invented a powerful mechanism to achieve this: the mighty opioid receptor. It's like a keyhole.
Wait, I thought opioid was a drug.
On the neurons that control pain and pleasure. If activated, it reduces pain and how much you care about pain, and it creates pleasure and good feelings. The details are complex and not relevant for this story. What you need to know is that any molecule that can fit into an opioid receptor like a key is called an opioid. Okay. Opioids are extremely powerful, so when your body uses...
Isn't it crazy that our body has things inside of us that needs to be fed and like taken care of? That's kind of wild to think about, bro. Like, there's little cells in us, bro. You gotta think of it. Every man in here has about a population of a small town just in their balls. Yo, us men are powerful and shit. So technically we're all the leaders of cities if you think of it. It's crazy how like all of them race and only one gets out. Cancel that because twins, and then people have 3, 4, 5. That is insane, by the way. There's women that have given birth to 5 people, bro. The fucking women's body is so insane, bro, that they can handle that. Dude, I would not be able to handle that, bro.
Uses natural opioids like endorphins. When you laugh, it releases only a tiny amount exactly where they're needed. So the effects are mild and localized. Your sprained ankle feels better, a painful memory subsides, you get a boost of happiness meeting an
Is there a way you could always have pleasure without like any side effect? Like obviously drugs, yeah, but is there a way where like you just have eternal euphoria?
old friend.
That would be OP, bro. If they ever found a drug like that, dude.
And now
Be
we're
happy?
getting to drugs. Humans found opioids in nature like morphine and were quite taken by them. They got refined.
You know what's crazy though about like these drugs and stuff? I'm pretty sure, is this a meth plan or I don't know what? Somebody had to eat this shit. Like for the first drugs to be invented, like things like this, somebody had to sit there and like eat the flower to get the effects of it. There had to be first test users of it. Cow milk too, yeah, even that. I don't know how us humans thought, let's go ahead and drink this liquid, this white liquid coming out of these animals, bro. We really freaky ass niggas. Because nowadays, bro, if they told me there's a new species of animal and it like spits out some liquid and told me to try it, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not trying that.
Found opioids in nature like morphine and were quite taken by them. They got refined into a whole family of drugs used in hospitals and to relieve patients that are in immense pain. Codeine, OxyContin, Vicodin, and of course, heroin, and the worst of all, fentanyl. Before we can explain why fentanyl is the most garbage drug, we need to do something fun. Let's inject some heroin together.
All right, say less. Chat, go ahead and follow along with this family-friendly guide with me. First, you're gonna go ahead and grab your neat. No, I'll try this at home, but I'm gonna do it right now. No. YouTube, listen, it's Aquaphora.
Ready? The supernova of pleasure. Heroin rushes through your entire body and flips every opioid receptor it finds. A rapid cascade of things happens everywhere all at once. A symphony of intense sensations.
Bro, why is he making it look so cool? Bro, if there's a kid watching this, they're like, hold up, wait, this looks kind of fun. Like, let me go ahead and try this, bro. What is he talking about in this video, man? Oh yeah, let me go ahead and grab you gotta be like those old, like, smoking commercials. You gotta be like, he doesn't flinch. He never moves. He's always watching you, and he will find you. Like, some shit like that. I don't know, bro, but like, damn, bro.
Every cell regulating pleasure is now high. Without their control, floodgates of happy hormones open and fill you up top to bottom with pure bliss. A cup of coffee, a nectar of joy. This song you like, a celestial symphony. A cuddle, pure love from the center of the universe. Wherever you felt
I wonder how much of a difference it would be for like chronic weed smoker to try like heroin and then see like the difference.
pain before, from
Because this is everything he's describing is kind of just like what it feels like when you get high, you know? I mean, I don't smoke though, but I've heard.
wounds or aching joints or menstrual cramps or loneliness or self-loathing, it's gone now. You are simply unable to feel pain or care about it anymore. Like dimming the lights in a cozy room, your brain's alert system is put to sleep and you feel at ease, warm and serene. Any stress melts away and dissolves into a dreamlike haze. You're no longer worried or tense about anything. This peace even spreads to your essential organs, slowing your breath, soothing and slowing your intestines.
It can slow your poop? That might be kind of annoying though. Like imagine out pooping for like 3 days or something.
Your chest rises and falls like the gentle waves of a quiet shore. You're sailing a
Reverse
sea
laxative?
of calm and happiness that feels perfect and eternal. The full load of a strong opioid like heroin for the very first time is one of the most amazing feelings humans can experience. For a few hours, you're in heaven. And this is exactly the problem. Your brain is not equipped to handle anything like it. You feel too good. But nothing lasts forever, and now you're in trouble. You just experienced the best feeling you ever felt. Your brain's reward center is completely fried and can't comprehend what happened. If what you did felt this good, it has to be amazing for your survival, and you should do it again. Except, you can never ever feel this good again. This will be your
Crazy because yeah, that is how addictions work. You're just your brain receptors. It's literally like these little tiny, I don't know, strings in your brain, and they're like, yo, we need this again.
peak life moment forever. You may forever chase this feeling you had this very first time. And now you're back in the regular world, with your insecurities, where your knee hurts, regular tasting coffee, and having to work hard for happy hormones.
This is how gambling starts.
Comparison is the thief of
Yeah,
joy,
but
and now
that's
you
a good
have
thing,
your
though.
life to compare
just-
to a
I'm playing.
supernova of bliss. The indescribable feeling comes with a damage to your sense of life and self that may be irreparable. And this is not even the worst. Opioids are incredibly addictive, and the addiction among the worst you can have. The supernova of pain. Once you've taken opioids a few
Oh yeah, I know the pains for addicts, bro. Yo, that shit has gotta be terrible. Like, imagine just being a chronic person always on the highest feeling of all time, and you stop using it, bro, and your brain just has to smooth out and go back to normal. Isn't this the same as jacking? This is any addiction, bro, that kind of feeds your brain's like dopamine receptors, you know? How'd you make it through withdrawals, Tommy? By not taking it. Yo, it's crazy. Like, the thing that could solve it is just instantly just not taking it, bro. Like, don't take it for the first time. Anytime you try something for the first time, bro, there is a chance you could always get addicted to it. I'm telling you, I've had friends that are like, I'm not gonna do this or whatever that. Then they'll take, like, I don't know, they'll smoke for the first time or drink, and then they're cooked after. Most of the time it's smoking though, to be honest, not drinking. If you have a drinking problem, okay, it's crazy to me if you have a drinking problem and smoking problem, because like at smoking you could die too. Less risk if it's like vapor weed. Cigarette, yeah, you're also, what's worse actually, being addicted to alcohol or being addicted to cigarettes? Probably cigarettes, I assume, right? Cigarette smoking, yeah, because smoking also has like shit while drunk. Yeah, that's the thing too. Alcohol like could literally become aggressive and start hitting people. Smoking, it's just like you'll sit in a corner and just need to light your little cigarette and smoking shit. Alcohol, you might be out there, bro, trying to fight somebody.
times, your brain has had enough. The cells controlling pain and pleasure are constantly high and drowsy, so it boosts them and makes them hyperactive. This happens very fast, sometimes after a few days of use. You've developed an opioid tolerance, toning down all the nice effects you're doing the drugs to achieve. To feel like before, you'll need way higher doses. Now, you're at a crossroads. Quit and
That's the crazy thing, that our brain can never get enough. Like, that's annoying to me. Whenever I've taken caffeine for too long and stuff, and I don't take like the proper break and shit, I might end up just taking like 100 milligrams caffeine. There's 400 max in a day, by the way. So I'll take a pre-workout, let's say after whatever, taking a break from caffeine. I have 100 milligrams. First time, since my brain has been reset and I haven't had it in a while, I'll take that 100 and I'll be good. And after like a couple of days if I'm taking it, bro, I'm gonna need like 300. And then really pushing it, bro, if I'm really pushing it, I'm gonna have to need like 350. I've never like passed the federal limit of like having caffeine, bro. I always make sure I have to like time myself on when to take my breaks for caffeine or not. You ever drink the charged lemonade? Bro, wasn't that literally killing people? Yeah, I think that was like the drink at Nera that was so much caffeine, bro. It was fucking killing people.
have your system go back to normal fairly quickly, or keep going and take more. You take the wrong turn. Over the next few weeks, your brain keeps pushing back and you keep taking more. The effects are not quite what they were, but still.
That's why you always gotta take breaks, bro. You can always do everything in moderation. I'd say on average, like, bro, most people do shit in moderation. Drinking, smoking, even gambling and shit. But whenever you go off the rails and you don't have people telling you something else, then you're cooked.
mildly nice. Until one day, you can't get
Can you
opioids.
do corn in moderation? Absolutely. But most people don't. Well, gooning too, bro. It's just so easy to do nowadays.
And realize your body is now your enemy. Your systems are so hyperactive that they make you feel the opposite of what the drug was doing. Welcome to withdrawal. It all starts with a creeping unease. Instead of being euphoric and happy, nothing feels good anymore. Your coffee is tasteless, your favorite song lame, your loved ones distant. A
Like I said, the closest thing for me is caffeine, even though I'm not an addict to caffeine. What else?
storm of negative emotions shatters your sea of calm. Serenity is replaced by anxiety and angst, like something terrible is imminent. Your worries, insecurities, and all the fears you suppressed aren't just back, but amplified into an existential crisis. You're so restless you can't sit still. Your heart is beating too fast. You shiver, sweat, hyperventilate. Your pain circuits are now oversensitive, so your bones and muscles ache and hurt for no reason. Old wounds,
yeah, this would be
physical
annoying.
and mental, torture you. You have belly cramps and diarrhea.
This is just like making me not even want to smoke or do anything. Because if this is what it's gonna really end like when you get chronically addicted and you want to stop, I would never want this feeling. I'm thinking of the feeling I got like 2 months ago when I had to take out my wisdom tooth, bro. I could never go back and take out my wisdom tooth. Did anybody here get their wisdom teeth taken out? Dude, that is the worst I've ever felt. Because when I was recovering, I remember I was gone for like 5-6 days or something. It's like a little minute. I'm telling you right now, if you have to, don't do it when you're in school. Do it when you're on summer break or winter break or something, because you're literally gonna just feel in pain. If you have work, bro, I don't know, try to find a vacation time to do it. Because if not, you're cooked. Because literally, the first day I was fine, right? For the most part, they give you some medication and shit. I was biting on it, but I still like, I just couldn't open my mouth. Like I literally couldn't talk. Like I was talking like. Next day, I'm just feeling swollen pain, and they gave me painkillers to take away the pain. You know, sadly not Fent. but it took away the pain. And the next like 3 or 4 days after that, it's hell. And I could only eat soft foods, bro. I was only able to eat like mashed potatoes and soups and shit. I could barely open my mouth, and I was just feeling pain, bro. Whenever the painkiller started to wear off after like some time, it was terrible, bro. So like whenever I think of a scenario like this where I may reach something or just hearing about this, I would never want to get addicted to a drug.
And have to vomit. You're too agitated to rest. A war inside your body that you can't escape. And of course, there's the craving, screaming for you to make it stop. Your mind and body beg for a hit. You can be in this state for up to 2 weeks, or make it stop right away. Okay, so why not just take heroin forever and feel amazing always?
Well, then you just die. I'm pretty sure people have done that and then they just die.
The fun thing is that it doesn't work this way. You get tolerant to the nice effects like euphoria faster than to the bad ones like dangerously slow breathing. So it turns from touching the love center of the universe to mostly drowsy numbness and relief from withdrawal. Now you don't take opiates to get to heaven, but to avoid hell. You're in a prison of your mind and body, unable to connect with all the things that could actually make you feel good. Opioid addiction is brutal and extremely hard to escape. It should be pretty clear that you need to be extremely careful with any opioids, and if you have the chance to do it for fun, just don't. There's a very real risk that your life might just be over, and that
You gotta play this in the classrooms, bro. We need this book for vape ads, no cap. Can they make a perfect heroin?
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
If they did, no side effects. You always feel euphoric and happy. We could do that. I feel like that's something future scientists got to search into. No side effects, you know, pretty healthy for you. Would ruin humanity. It would ruin humanity if you think of it, because everybody would just be like euphoric all the time. Like, the thing about life is we have different experiences for a reason. Like, we have good experiences and bad experiences. Like, we need them no matter what. You know, it builds us as people. So if everybody was just like fucking euphoric all the time, kind of be depressing. And also nothing would get done.
go through hell. Now that we've seen the heaven and hell of heroin, we can get to
Gain a
fentanyl,
tolerance over time?
the garbage drug. Fentanyl is really garbage heroin. Everything we just described is true in different intensities for most opioids. They can be great, all of them can be hell. Heroin is just sort of the strongest, except it isn't. Fentanyl is around 50 times more potent than heroin, but
Is that not insane? 50x more than heroin. A small amount.
doesn't mean 50 times more amazing. Quite the opposite. Fentanyl is extremely good
There should be no drug like that.
at the blood-brain barrier, the firewall that protects your brain from harmful substances. It enters your brain so easily that you get from 0 to extremely high almost instantly. But just as fast as it enters, it leaves again.
You know the best addiction to have though? The gym. I be getting runner's highs. But that's good though, cause like, you know what I'm saying? The main way I used to lose weight was the treadmill, you know what I'm saying? When I started losing weight like years ago. Now, if I don't work out after a week, I'm like, damn, I really need to like run or do something, bro.
A heroin high can last 6 hours. One from fentanyl can fade in minutes. Fentanyl doesn't feel as good as heroin. Instead of a supernova of bliss, you mostly get the black hole of nodding away. But it comes with all the withdrawal symptoms. As a bonus, because fentanyl acts so quickly on your brain, it fries your reward center even more, making it even more addictive than heroin. And since you only need so little of it, it's super
Look at that, bro. That's a pencil. A pencil. Why would you even choose to take that? Why? There's no point.
easy to overdose and die by accident. It's the deadliest illegal drug in US history by far. Between 2013 and 20...
When did this even start hitting the streets too? It just started hitting the streets randomly. Like for the longest, people were talking about heroin and meth and whatnot. And all of a sudden, Fent just comes up. 2022, it definitely ramped up after 2020 for sure. And now I guess it's just here to stay.
23, it killed
This
about
shouldn't even have been existed. Like whoever existed this, bro, is going to hell.
400,000
Or whoever made this.
Americans.
Whoever made this.
Fentanyl really is garbage heroin. Too dangerous, too intense, too addictive, too little fun. But then why are so many people taking it? Well, actually, nobody wants to. Fentanyl is not for users, it's for dealers. The house always wins. Fentanyl is a drug dealer's dream. One truckload could supply the entire US for 1 year. It's cheap to make and easy to smuggle. Heroin needs plants and fields and way more space.
Okay.
So garbage fentanyl just took over the heroin supply. It might have seemed great for heroin addicts at first, and then its trap snapped close. While some people may seek out
This
fentanyl
gotta have terrible PR. Like, they still be making money from this. It's crazy because, like, yeah, people go out and will buy this. Like, instead of, I don't know, I mean, you shouldn't be buying any of the drugs. But, like, how are you going out after learning all this info, seeing all these people that passed away from trying, and you're like, you know what, I need to buy some more for my dealer.
specifically, several studies have found that most opioid users try to avoid it. Even
Laced?
worse, a lot of people who die from
Yeah,
fentanyl
I'm not
don't
talking about the
take it
people that got
willingly.
laced.
Dealers want people to come back for their product, and by adding a tiny trace of fentanyl to any drug, they can make it more addictive.
Oh, that's what they do?
Even
But I actually didn't know that. Okay, that makes sense.
if people don't realize they took an opioid, they'll feel its effects. So dealers started to mix all kinds of drugs with fentanyl, turning the entire US drug market into a minefield where any trip can be your last. Because way too often, they put a bit
It's not like the drug dealers care. Like, they're not gonna get caught. So if they sell you some shit, like some weed or whatever laced with fent, and it's like a little bit too much and you die, like, it doesn't matter for them. They're not gonna get in trouble.
much in their mixes. In 2022, the combination with pills, often counterfeit oxycodone and benzodiazepines, accounted for about 20% of all fentanyl deaths. In
Damn.
2023, the US authorities seized 115 million pills with fentanyl. 70%
God.
contained a lethal dose. About half of fentanyl overdoses came where you expected the least, from stimulants like cocaine and meth. A lot of
So y'all, isn't this the excuse of why people say like the government shouldn't ban weed or anything? Because think of it, if the government has like illegal dealerships that sell weed and stuff, people won't have to go to these illegal dealers or whatever to get it. That does make sense though.
people may have taken these mixes on purpose.
I mean, regardless though, people are still gonna buy it illegally if it's cheaper, like way cheaper.
But many others just wanted to party and weren't ready for an opioid surprise. This is especially dangerous because if you
Weed is legal in my state. Damn, I feel like that's not a lot. Half of the U.S. it's legal. Texas is legal? No, it's not. Nigga, did they just put Texas up here? Cap. Bro, I'm pretty sure they just banned it again recently. Texas, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't know how long I'm about to stay here because they're literally on a ban streak, bro. They're just banning shit just because. I swear, the people here in the state, political people, dude, they're just bored, bro. And they're just seeing some shit banned and they're like, all right, we're gonna do it. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they just banned it here again. It's so weird because it was like, it was unbanned. It was banned, unbanned, and then they're banning it again. But nah, it is really crazy though. Like, the difference between me moving from like Maryland to here, because I remember in Maryland, bro, I'll just be driving, I just smell it, bro. Here, dude, when I tell you, I don't smell a peep of it. I don't like the smell of weed like that. So I kind of do like it better. But I don't think it should be fully banned here. Like, it's crazy to me. Medicinally, at least, yeah, medicinally, bro. You gotta do it like medically, dude. If it helps somebody medically, come on, you gonna deny that for them?
party and weren't ready for an opioid surprise. This is especially dangerous because if you've never tried opioids, you can overdose very easily. Fentanyl really has no upsides outside medical use. For dealers and cartels, it means easy profit. For users, it means a worse opioid addiction and a worse life. For people who would never ever try it, it can be a death sentence they didn't see coming. No matter how alluring they are, using opioids
I wonder if there's a way to test. I mean, the average person smoking this shit or whatever doesn't have it. But is there a way to test, like, if it has fent, whatever strain of weed you buy?
even in safe settings, is playing with fire on the best of days. Fentanyl is a garbage drug that turns this fire into a raging furnace, increasing the risk of death massively. There's really only one conclusion to draw here. If you have the choice, don't step into the supernova of pleasure, because the danger of it turning into a supernova of pain is just too high.
But what if that pain
Getting
feels
to the
good?
root of an issue requires looking
That was a good video. Interesting. I didn't know they would lace it so people got more addicted to it. I thought it was like some malicious shit where like maybe another, I don't know, dealer would do it to another person's like weed or something just to like ruin their supply. Like I thought it would be something like that, but I guess not. If you're watching on the 2, make sure to join the Discord and watch the streams.
Subscribe to Tommy NFG.